what's going on out there, you guys? This is Samuel Leggett representing JVS. I am reviewing the first pilot for the show, The Right Swipe. So this was directed by Justin Casselle, and the premise is when best friends Margot and India start a business fixing men's dating app profiles, how much are they up to their own love lives in the process? The Right Swipe is a romantic comedy web series exploring the challenges of dating at various intersections of marginalized identity, which is really fascinating because I thought it was actually a pretty good pilot, to be quite honest with you. I think that it was very professionally shot. The camera grain quality was actually very rich. It was very well done in terms of color tone. I think the editing was really done well because I could tell that the color balancing was actually really good. The effects with usage of like texting and the app and usage of the phone, I think that was another plus because it was very interactive, very in your face. A couple of different times, like it was really kind of hard to read some of the text because there's so many. But realistically, like if you have like a dating app service, you're not gonna be able to sit there and go through everything. Even when I'm going through YouTube and I'm going through my emails, like there's times it's just a whole plethora of different ones. So it's kind of realistic in that extent. But then you have, like I said, India and Margot. So they've got a basically an app service where they're kind of trying to help these guys, and they're going back and forth with their own crossroads. Now, I did like that both actresses had very good chemistry. They seemed like really organic friends. Like in some of even the scripting, it didn't come off as like too cliche or on the nose. It kind of pretty immersive. Another interesting character was their roommate Ian, because Ian initially you see him, have a sexual encounter with a guy, and then he later on had a sexual encounter with a girl, which it goes, I guess, even with the marginalized identity perspective of it, because he's bisexual, but they don't just kind of like bluntly say like, oh, I'm bisexual. Like, no, they just kind of actually showed it, which is really interesting. The other thing is their relationship progress. Like India's trying to date and she's having no success whatsoever. And then, of course, Margot is dating Danny, and it's funny how that ends up, like, cause she kind of was like, not my boyfriend. Then she's kind of holding on to stuff from the past, and then you see why she's kind of like not completely into Danny. Then you have these rules. You have rule 1, which was charge the sliding scale. Rule 2, which was do not harm. And then number 3, which is no sex, no dating with the clients, because supposedly from Margaret's perspective, it's unprofessional and illegal. Now, that rule number 3 is very interesting because of what unfolds with one of the characters that kind of comes out, which is Elijah, the first real client that they actually have. And, they really do him really justice. Like, they give him really good shots, really good angles. I think it's actually filmed and scripted pretty well. But I think that that's the trigger for me to want to see the next episode, because it's messy. Just off of that rule number 3 alone, it's very messy to see where it's going to go. And not just that, there's no telling what kind of clients they're going to actually get. And not just that, it was really, one thing I would say it will leave as a critique is when Margot comes back to India towards the latter end of the episode and was like, we need to go and do this, I have my next client. And it kind of just came out of nowhere. I think it could have been, I guess, telegraphed or written a little bit differently. I'm not sure. I mean, I need to see what the preview for the next episode is. But I think that would be my only real critique. I think it's a pretty good pilot. I think I actually did a really good job with it. Production value is actually very, very well done. And again, I actually really liked, another thing was the music. I think the music was really good. Score was pretty good. I think that they, if I wrote it down correctly, they have like maybe 3 different songs they got granted access to be able to use, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 authentically made songs from different various artists. So I think there was a really good soundtrack as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Talk to you guys a bit later on. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Coming from you from dcbff. Peace, guys.